Merry meet Leo, Leo sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Leos starting today, the 13th of September, 2024. Today I'm reading with the Old English Tarot, and I've already purified with this beautiful Eau de Cologne by Alvarez Gomez. You can find links to purchase each of these products in the video description of this video right on YouTube. Let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Leos. King of Swords, Five of Swords, Four of Wands. Okay, the bullies are out today, so make sure that that's not you. A lot of times, I remember hearing so many people say, "Oh, I've been so abused," or I'm so abused. Everybody's, talking about being abused. And I remember once thinking, it doesn't sound like anybody's left to be the abuser. There's only people being victimized. And sometimes, even though we don't mean to be, sometimes we're the problem. So just when we see the bully stuff, we have to make sure first and foremost that we look at ourselves. Make sure I'm not being a bully to myself or others. Often we're at a point in our development spiritually that we're not going to bully other people, but we don't give ourselves that same grace frequently. And that's possibly one of the things that you want to look at. Now, if you are being bullied, if you are in a situation where it's, that you seem like you can't get out of abusive, cruel behavior from others, it's important that you do something. You really do have to do something about it. And it is up to you to either cut ties with that or whatever you need to do. Because at some point, it becomes your responsibility. You can't just say, well, they're mean and there's nothing I can do. Yeah, there's always something you can do. But I really think that, Leo, this is talking a little bit more about how you've been to yourself. And I think maybe you hold yourself, instead of just accountable, I think instead of just holding yourself accountable, which is wonderful, we all need that, you take it too far and you're being mean to yourself. And if you're being mean to other people, that's almost easier because you can see that behavior. You can say, oh, I'm not going to do that. So obviously if you're being mean to other people, it's good to look at that and change that. But when you're being mean and cruel and bullying yourself, it's much harder to spot it sometimes and to turn it around. But you must. You don't have to worry about letting yourself off the hook so much. Sometimes I think what happens is we think, well, I have to be really, I have to hold myself accountable. I can't let myself off the hook. I've got to toe the line. And it gets to a point where we just start kind of taking over for the abusers that were maybe in our childhood or whatever. And we just take that baton and we run with it and we say, okay, now I've got this. I'm the abuser. And we don't call it that. We don't say that to ourselves. We masquerade as, I just got to, pull myself up by my bootstraps. I've got to toe the line. I got to make sure that I don't allow myself to whatever you're worried about, to be lazy or whatever. And when there's a line that we cross with ourselves where it's not just, being tough on ourselves maybe, or being, holding ourselves to account. It's where we're actually being cruel to ourselves. So the Four of Wands is saying that there's opportunity for expansion in your work coming, and you don't want to bring this into that. You really need to draw a line in the sand with your behavior toward yourself and maybe towards other people. But like I said, I don't think that's the bulk of you. I think the bulk of you are at a point where you're not being so much cruel to others. But the way that you're sometimes we think that it's almost admirable to be cruel to ourselves. Look at how I treat myself. Aren't I a good person? No. No, no, that's not being a good person. Being a good person is allowing yourself to be as loving and compassionate to yourself as the universe already is to you. Look at yourself as a sweet, innocent child. Now, think about if you had a little puppy, right? Think about if you had a little puppy, so cute, so sweet, and it chewed up your favorite belt, right? Ugh. You got to train the puppy to stop chewing up your favorite belt, but you don't beat it up. You don't beat up the puppy. I don't think you'd beat up a puppy for chewing up your belt. I hope not. But you do it to yourself. You do it to yourself. And not only do you do it to yourself, you don't even hide it from yourself. You think, look at me. Aren't I good? Look at how I'm holding myself accountable. No, you don't need to hold yourself accountable like that. What you need to do is give yourself a break. Let that ego mind be something that you no longer get hooked by. And instead, you start just getting things in order. And look at it as a wonderful game. You know, you don't have to bully yourself to get things in order. You put things in order because it's a wonderful thing to do. It's fun. I'm going to get my filing done. I'm going to get my whatever done. I'm going to get things done, and it's going to be fun, but I'm not going to be mean to myself about it. I'm not going to punish myself, right? Let's see here. We've got this 8 of Wands, 6 of Coins, and the World card. Lots of great stuff coming. And I think a lot of what this is ending, because this 8 of Wands is a card of endings. But boy, it couldn't end soon enough, whatever this is. Whatever this is that you've been going through. If it's on the way up, it's on the way out. So if you are noticing some cruel self-abuse type patterns in yourself, forgive yourself and love yourself through it. Don't abuse yourself because of it, but allow yourself to be freed from it. Allow yourself to be free and recognize that you didn't teach yourself that. Somebody taught you that. So you are an innocent child of the universe. That's what this World card wants you to know, is that you are beloved. And not only are you beloved by the universe, you're protected by the universe. And if you can put all of that attention on that and call upon the what I call the 4 angels, to call upon the angels from the east, the west, the south, the north, and call those angels around you. Or if you don't like the word angels, use whatever you like, but know that you are loved, you are protected, and that you're innocent. And these angels don't look at you and go, ugh, you got to hold yourself more accountable. What's wrong with you? They don't look at you like that. They look at you as just with the same kind of love and compassion, but more infinite than you might look at that puppy or that child, right? You're held in such high esteem, and they don't have the desire for you to go through this kind of pain, this kind of bullying. Now, the 6 of Coins is saying if what's going on with your need to be mean to yourself or to, quote, hold yourself accountable, has to do with work and career, that a better use of your energy, rather than being mean and holding yourself accountable in that way, is to call upon that solar light, to call upon that 6th sphere of the tree of life and ask that the divine design be revealed and that things be rearranged in your life so that they conform to that divine design. The divine design doesn't have any need to bully, doesn't have any need to hold you accountable. All it does is rearrange things so things start working out the way they're supposed to. So working with that solar light meditation, if you have never done that before, you might want to give it a try. You can, on YouTube, just search Gatoga solar light, and you can learn how to do that even without the meditation. You can listen to the meditation once or twice and learn the process. And you can run that energy in 30 seconds to a minute. You keep doing that several times throughout the day. You don't need to hold yourself accountable anymore in that regard, because everything's working out for you. Nothing that you need to worry about so much, because you're learning how to forgive yourself. forgiving ourselves sometimes sounds so difficult. Like, oh, I need to forgive myself. Like it's like this big chore. It's not. It's not a big chore. All you have to do is drop it. It's like this. It's that easy. You just drop it. I'm not doing that anymore. And then if it comes up again, you say, I already dropped that. I don't have to go through any process. I dropped it. It's done. I love myself now. just so you know, I'm different now. I love myself now. I'm kind to myself. I'm at one with the love of the universe. I know up until yesterday, I was really mean to myself, and that I thought that big long pattern was going to take forever to overcome. And now I've discovered it's as simple as this. I'm just going to drop it and then remind myself over and over again if those kinds of patterns come up where I'm trying to be mean to myself. Oh, I don't do that anymore. I drop that. The best thing you can do to the ego is disregard it completely. It's no big deal. Poof. Whatever. Okay, so if you have time today, you may want to, in addition to listening to that solar light meditation, you may also want to listen to the meditation for this world card, which is called Invoking the Circle of Angels. And you can find that and all of my other tarot card meditations by following the link in the video description of this video on YouTube. So yes, you got to get some things in order, but what you really need to get in order first is your mind. And what you want to do to get things in order of your mind is not try to get them in order, but to call upon that higher power. In this case, we're calling it the solar light, to do it for you, to get everything moving for you. And it's going to happen easily and in ways that you could never have come up with on your own, especially in trying to be mean to yourself about it. Right? And then call upon that protection. Call upon the protection of the angels, because if there are bullies in your midst, they will take care of that for you. But if the bully in the midst is you need to take care of that by dropping it. Just dropping it and reminding yourself it's dropped. That's what this Eight of Wands is all about, is dropping it. And when the Eight of Wands is there dropping things, it's like that. There's no process. It's over. It's as quick as something falling to the floor. So you're going to do great. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And Leo, we will see you in 2 weeks for another reading. Until then, blessed be.